I came over here to the third floor, the main ballroom of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York. The Waldorf Astoria, you know, is that little place catty-cornered across from the Lexington where I live. And I'm over here because tonight is the second annual showing of all the General Motors products here since the war. See, they used to do this before the war every year, and they had to stop it during the war. And this is the second annual General Motors show. And this is a little preview that we're going to do tonight to show you what there is to see when you come here to the Waldorf in New York during this week to see it. And to help me tell you about it, I have two very dear friends with me. Two men that I'd like very much for you to know. Two men that you'll learn to love as I have. Two wonderful guys. The first one is the president of General Motors himself, Mr. C.E. Wilson. Erwin, come on over here, will you, sir? It's good to see you tonight, sir.
Nice to see you, Arthur.
And before we get a little bit farther, would you please tell me now, so the folks will know, just what are you doing here?
Well, this is a show of all our new cars. And we're showing to the public these new cars that are our effort to produce more and better things for more people.
Uh-huh. Now, you have all of your products here except maybe a diesel engine, a locomotive?
Well, we couldn't get it into Waldorf. It's a big place, but last year we had some little clay models of it, but this year we just thought we'd stick to the cars and the Frigidaires and the household appliances
and the turbojets.
Well, we got a wonderful turbojet engine here that the young folks are going to be interested. You know, young fellas like you that like the aviation business.
You're as great a flyer as I am, Erwin. Now, before we go any further, I want you to meet another wonderful man. Here is he's retired now, isn't he, to the board, huh?
He's in what he calls active retirement.
Active retirement, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the man who gave the world the self-starter, Mr. Charles F. Kettering. Uncle Kit, come on over here with us. You two fellas have met, sure.
Oh, yes.
In your
yes,
time.
Yes.
You know what.
We're both electrical engineers, you know.
Yes, you two started together way back there, didn't you?
Well, Kit got a little extra start in the telephone business, but I tried to catch up with him. I've been trying to catch up with him all my life, but not, you know, I didn't quite make it.
Didn't you two fellas get together, though, on the evolution of that starter?
Yes. I worked for years to develop the Delco, and then he bought it from me for $1.
I think that's sort of a slight exaggeration, Arthur, but we've always gotten along awful well together, I'll say that.
Oh, you and the whole General Motors family. I swear, Erwin, since I've known you and Uncle Kit and Harry Klingler and all the other fellas, I never met such a swell bunch of guys. No wonder you accomplished so many things up there.
I was really bragging about the outfit a little bit yesterday. Mr. Sloan was talking about how competitive we were in the family. And I said, yes, that's true. But if an outsider cut any one of us, we'd all bleed.
That's true. If an outsider cut anyone, you'd all bleed.
That's right.
Well, that's the way. That's real teamwork.
No, I think so.
And the way you people work together, and yet the intense rivalry that exists between the various cars, for instance, is something wonderful to behold. For instance, on this stand here, Erwin and Uncle Kit, what do you got on here? There's a Pontiac right behind us here, isn't there?
That's a Pontiac.
Hey, that's quite an automobile. I got two of them, you know. I got a steel-bodied station wagon on the farm, and I got a little convertible Pontiac to get around in. I love those things. I've had them about a year. Did you ever drive that thing with the steel body, that station wagon?
Yeah.
It's a Lulu.
Yeah, of course. I don't have a plantation like you have, so I don't need one as much as you do.
You know, we don't call this a plantation down there. The plantations are a little bit farther south, so we'ns in the mountains have got a little more northern accent. We don't have a plantation there. What is this lovely thing over here?
A ranch down there?
No, sir, it's just an ordinary farm.
Oh,
we just dirt farmers. Yeah. What is this beautiful thing here? I don't mean, of course, the lovely blonde we'll see first.
Yeah.
And is that standard equipment, Erwin?
I'm afraid not, Arthur.
Gee, isn't she lovely? And that handsome young fellow with her there. Have they just bought this, or what is it? Shall we walk this way and have a look? Let's see.
I'm sure, Arthur, that if they haven't bought it, they'd like to.
Your son Ed came up with a wonderful
That's
line.
right. My son was trying to sell me on Cadillacs, and I sort of grinned at him a little bit, you see, because I'm a little sold myself. And he said, you know, Dad, there's actually no competition for the desire to own a Cadillac.
That's a beautiful slogan. No competition for the desire to own a Cadillac.
But actually,
Harry Klingler is going to love this,
well,
you know.
Well, actually, it's a little broader than that. Because actually, there's no competition for the desire of the average American to own an automobile.
And that you can say.
Because nothing will do so much for him in the way of giving him added ability to go where he pleases and come when he wants to. And it's such an extension of liberty itself.
That's right. You fellas really have made this a very small, bordered country, you know. It used to be.
This television.
We're going to keep working at it, too, Arthur. We're going to keep working at it, too, Arthur.
Well, let's walk around here and see what... Does this thing revolve, or what happens here?
Just each car will, when they turn the juice on.
Can you turn that on so you can see how that goes, boys, or does it take too much of an engineering problem here?
Well, let's
it would
see
be nice if...
you
Can somebody turn it on and let's see what happens? See, this is this main ballroom, and up all around us here are galleries, and it's beautifully decorated.
You know, I think this turret here is just like your pet pups. When you want them to bark, they don't always bark.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's the day before the show. I guess nothing's working yet.
Oh, yes, it's all working.
Is it?
Oh,
everything?
you're just a little after hours here now. You should have seen the people who were here this afternoon. This place was jammed.
Is that so?
Sure, it was sort of a preview.
There's that Chevrolet. Oh, look at the color on that thing. What would you call that? That's not maroon, is it, kid?
No, I think that's tomato juice with Tabasco sauce.
You're not talking about the young lady now with
Oh, I didn't see her. How did I? Oh, isn't she
about
lovely?
The color of the car. I thought you were talking about the color of the car.
I was going to say, you have quite an eye for tomatoes. Oh, look over here. Well, Irwin, this looks like a...
There's one of Harry's Pontiacs.
And here's Harry Klingler himself. Here's Mr. Pontiac. How do you do, Harry? It's good to see you. Now, gentlemen, I don't want to be rude, but I think that since Harry's paying for this show, it's time we lost you.
You know, Harry used to work for me. I don't know whether he got too good or not.
I'm one of your boys.
That's right, Harry.
One of your boys.
Now, you and Arthur tell him all about it, will you?
Yes, sir. We sure will.
Keep as close to facts as you can.
I think that'll be difficult for both of us.
Harry, this is your baby, isn't it, huh?
This is one of our Pontiacs. Do you like it?
Oh, I love... What is this? This hardtop convertible,
That's a new car, the hardtop convertible.
So-
Look in there, all leather and everything.
Oh, hey, how about a camera? Is there a camera can pick that up? You're picking that up, huh?
Good.
Hey, how about that, Harry? That's all right. Gee whiz. This is something. Hydromatic drive and everything, huh?
Sure.
Does this thing come back?
No, that convertible name's a little confusing. It's built like a convertible. Really, it's built like a convertible, but the top does not go down.
Oh.
This is all steel.
Well, wait a minute. Now, you have a lot more visibility in there, though, don't you, huh?
Oh, yes.
Oh, sure. You got those wide... Does that come up?
This does. Let me show you.
Look, the boss can't get it up.
I'll get it on the other side. There's a good one.
You remind me of the time I rode with Irwin in the Cadillac, and he tried to get the window up, and it wouldn't come. You should have heard what he had to say.
Well, I have to say the same thing tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll fix that before the folks get here, won't we?
Sure will.
Now, look, you've got a room all to yourself, haven't you? Oh, now the thing is working.
Sure. Isn't that
Can you
nice?
put the camera on the gadget and watch it work for a minute?
And that over there.
Oh, yes. There it goes around, and look at the lovely model she even has. Now, there's a gal that needs a dog like I need another hole in my head, huh?
Not bad.
Isn't that something? What is that? That's the Buick, huh?
The Buick.
That's the Chevrolet.
Chevrolet.
And there's a Cadillac on there and a Pontiac, and what else you got?
There's a Cadillac, Oldsmobile, and Pontiac.
Ah, yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Now, you've got a room all to yourself, haven't
Sure.
you? Let's walk over there.
I want you to go over and take a look with me, will you?
Yes. Now, we go out of the main ballroom, and we go down here through a... Oh, wait a minute. Here's a stage. How about... What are you doing? Putting on a show here, too, Harry?
Sure. I think they ought to take a look at that.
Can you put the camera on the stage, boys? They're rehearsing over there for the show tomorrow. Say, that's all right. Oh, isn't that cute? You're going to have a little vaudeville while it's going on, huh?
Very nice.
Oh, that's very nice. We shoe horses. That's cute. Come on, let's walk down the thing here, huh? Shall we?
I'd like to show you the rest of it.
And we go. What do they call this room? The Jade Room, where we're going.
Jade Room.
That's right.
Pontiac.
We go down through this hallway here. We mustn't walk too fast, or we'll be all distorted in that thing. We'll look like Milton Berle there if we don't care. Let's walk down here. I didn't mean to duck you. I just dropped my cigarette in the ashtray. Now let's see. As we walk in here, in this corridor, what have you got here, Harry?
Well, there's various exhibits of various things, Fisher body, and all of the various things that General Motors makes. The next aisle really is even more interesting than this one.
Let's go on into the next aisle. You should see the colors in here, these beautiful color photographs to show you what...
It's too bad that we haven't got television in color.
Well, we've got it, but, you know...
Wouldn't this show up wonderfully?
Oh, boy. Have you seen color television yet?
No, I asked about that today.
Well, now, they're showing it this week. I'd like to arrange that for you.
Where do I go to see color television?
I'll call up Frank Stanton tomorrow and ask him if I can't figure it for you while you're here, because you ought to see that. The colors are as vivid as that right there.
I'd love to see it.
They really are. They're just like that. Let's go on back, boys, because the time is getting short. Gosh, it's going fast. You know it's 15 minutes shot already?
Doesn't seem like it.
It sure does. And we go through this hallway, and it's got some lovely flowers here. That's a nice touch. And it's a beautiful gaboon.
And now we take a quick...
oh, yeah. Can we put a camera on here?
Isn't that unusual?
Oh, this is lovely. This shows the evolution of the car, doesn't it?
Yes. Isn't that well done?
That's from way back about 1900 or something?
There's one of those the newest General Motors turbo jet engines.
How much of a picture can you get of that, boys? Can you see it? To see the two blades of a prop up there? Can we walk up there a little bit, Harry? Tell me how much you can get of it now. I don't like to give you my back. Oh, look at this. This is the new General Motors turbo.
This is the latest thing, so I understand. This is really out of my department.
Yeah. Allison T-40 turbo prop aircraft engine.
Look at that.
Golly, look at the size of it.
All I remember about it, which impresses me, is that they get 2 horsepower per pound, and we don't approach that in the automobile business.
No, we don't approach it in gas engines and airplanes today.
2 horsepower per pound.
I think, for instance, a 2,500 horsepower engine today in an airplane weighs 2,500 pounds. With this thing, you could give the same horsepower at 1,200 and...
You know what, Margaret?
50 or whatever it is, yeah.
And they got good economy in them now, too, they tell me.
Oh, my. And speed, too, huh? Gee, that's
wonderful.
wonderful.
Get over on that Pontiac roof.
Oh, you folks got to come down here and see. Yeah, we'll get in there. We'll go. Harry never forgets his Pontiac. That's his baby. And what a nice... You know, did you know that I got the steel-bodied station wagon you sent down there?
Yes, I did, Arthur.
And we really enjoy that thing.
I'm delighted. You not only have that, but I understand you have 4 Pontiacs.
Well, I got one in the corporation. Belongs to the corporation. We have a little convertible coupe, you know. The convertible. They don't call it coupe anymore, do they? It's a convertible. And then we have the steel-bodied station wagon. We have 3. And it's wonderful. Oh, yeah, this sign says Pontiac. Must be this way, huh? Oh, I hate to turn our backs to you, boys, but I guess we'll have to. Come on right in here. Oh, isn't this pretty? This is the Jade Room, huh?
This is the Jade Room.
Ah, yes. The first thing you come to is a Pontiac 2-door sedan. Is that what you call that?
Yes, that's right. I don't know how you knew that. That's exactly the name of it, a Pontiac 2-door sedan.
Well, I gathered because there was only one door on this side.
Could have been a coupe.
Let's see what it says over here. Advertised delivered price $1,805, transportation charge $79, suggested price at New York $1,884. Only $1,884 for the... Say, Harry, this is a buy. My. Gee, who told me prices weren't coming down on automobiles? That's wonderful. That's not too expensive for a car like that.
Very nice.
That's lovely. And what do you call this one?
Well, this is a coupe. This is what we call a notch back. You see, it has a kind of a turtle back on. This is a slanting back.
Oh, yeah, a little streamlined affair. Yeah. A nice color, too. That's a blue.
Very popular car in our line.
And the upholstery is so nice, too. Gee, that's nice. And I love your doors. You just push the thing and open them, and they lock themselves. That's wonderful. Now, let's see what you got over here. Uh-oh. Oh, look at the... Oh, what a thing. Can you go back and get me that gal with the dog? I'll take a ride in this thing. Oh, isn't that lovely? That is really nice. Can we get in?
Sure.
Huh?
I'll go on the other side.
Okay. You got to go in and show me how this thing works. These tops really work too, I know. Sure, let's sit down in this thing. This is really something.
Hydromatic,
Oh, that's one pedal. One pedal is all you got.
just a brake.
Just a brake?
Brake and the accelerator, and just sit in and drive comfortably.
Tell me about this, Harry. When you're driving, you know, when you start out from zero in this hydromatic drive, is it necessary to retard a little on the gas as it changes gears?
Now, Arthur, you do it just like this. We're neutral. Pull the lever over there. Well, of course, you turn on the engine first.
Yeah.
Pull the lever over there, step on it, and just drive right off.
Just step right on it.
This thing thinks for you. Does all the rest.
Gee, that's wonderful.
Isn't that nice?
Hydromatic drive. All the Pontiacs have it now, huh?
No, it's optional.
Oh,
Optional.
I see.
Yeah, some customers want this, some don't, so we try to please the customer.
That's an interesting thing about the automobile business. People want what they want when they buy a car, don't they?
And they're getting that way more and more, and I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It gets us back into selling again instead of being order takers, you know.
Oh, that's good for business,
That's
too.
good for
That's
business.
good
That's good
for the
for
country.
business.
But tell me, isn't it a little difficult to arrange it so that everybody gets practically a car made to order? That's about what it amounts
Yes,
to.
it's a little difficult, Arthur, but it can be done, and we're doing better at it all the time since we got our production up and the worries of the war are over. We're doing better all the time.
How many of these things are you making a day?
About 1,600.
1,600. My. What is the most popular body style?
Oh, I think the sedan. The one over in that corner.
Oh, the two-door sedan, huh?
Four doors.
Four-door, I mean, yeah.
Mhm.
That's right. Does it seat any more than this two-door thing?
No, 6 people.
6 people.
3 in
huh?
the back, 3 in the front.
Say, that's a kind of a nice, huh? What were you going to say?
Before you leave, I want you to look at that lovely thing there, where what we call a book motor. Now watch that thing open up.
Oh, hey, let's go look at that. Let's go look at that. Can you get a camera on this thing? He's got an engine stuck away in the wall here. Harry says it's a book motor of some kind. Oh, yeah. He's got it revolving around here on some kind of a thing. You got a camera on it, boys? Am I in your way or what? No, there, that's good. I can see it in the picture now.
Where's the picture?
Right over there. See under the clock, Harry. See?
Oh.
Yeah. Now you can see what's going on.
That's granite.
That shows the inside of it here. You can
That's
see.
the crankshaft and the connecting rods and whatnot.
Uh-huh. Now when it comes around this way, it'll open up again, won't it?
And you can see the whole insides of a motor. Many people don't know really what the inside of an automobile motor looks like.
That's right. And I imagine a lot of them don't care either, as long as it moves.
As long as it runs. That's right, as long as it runs.
But we'll open it up and show them, shall we?
I hope it opens.
Supposed to do it automatically, isn't it?
I think so.
And there it goes.
There it works.
Oh, look at that. You can see the cylinders going up and down, the valves.
See the valves on that thing?
Yeah, and the little camshafts and everything. You can see just how that thing works. Hey, that's very interesting. When you folks come down here, be sure you come in this room and have a look at that. You're the only one who has one of those, aren't you?
I think so.
Does your engineers build that?
I thought it was rather nice.
Oh. Say, we got another microphone here now. I can drop that one. It's getting kind of tired. We'll pick this one up here. Let's have a look at this chassis.
This, Arthur, demonstrates the hydromatic transmission. The boys on there can press the little buttons, and it shows how this hydromatic we're talking about, you know, you step in, start your engine, step on, and then it does all the rest. And that's a little demonstration of how that operates.
Gee, I wish we had somebody here to do it now.
This young man.
Can you do it? Sure. Oh, say, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. What's your name? Well, I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you. Well, let's see you do this now. Tell me about it. I'll hold a mic for you.
Well, as Mr. Klingler said, we can only start this car in a neutral position.
Uh-huh.
And won't start in any other position for 2 reasons. Your own safety, and it's a little easier to turn the engine, see?
Yeah.
So now we got to have our car started. We move it into the drive position. See?
Oh, yeah, like it shows up there.
Yeah,
I
we
see.
notice we're in first gear already, see? So,
Even though you're not moving.
that's right.
Yeah.
Now, if we desire acceleration, the natural thing to do is to step on the gas. So we do. You know, I do this with this little button.
Yeah, I see.
And as we increase our RPM, we notice at about 4 or 5 miles an hour, our transmission automatically shifted for us.
In the second
speed.
gear, on the numbers there. Oh,
We didn't
yeah.
have the clutch to
Can you
worry
see
about.
all those, boys? Can you see those numbers up there? Not too good, huh?
I think it shows on the other side, doesn't it?
It shows on both sides.
Yeah, it
It's on
shows on
the
both
other
sides.
We didn't use a clutch or anything. All we used was our accelerator pedal.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if we desire greater acceleration, naturally we step on the gas. Now we do this slow so that you can see the function of this transmission. So we have little windows in here that you can see this with.
You can see they've got glass windows in the oil transmission. That's a wonderful thing, Harry.
I think it is.
Everybody's always been crazy to know what works in there.
Very interesting. We have people around here all day long watching that.
See, we shifted it automatically there about 18 miles an hour. Now we're in direct drive, or fourth speed.
Well, you got 4 speeds forward.
4 speeds forward and 1 reverse.
The reason for the 4-speed, Arthur, is for economy. You get what really is an overdrive.
Oh, I see. I see. You're burning less fuel there.
That's right.
Incidentally, we're getting some terrific mileage on those Pontiacs at home.
Thank you very much.
Mary was telling me the other day, she said, I just can't understand it. She filled the tank at the farm, drove 50 miles into Washington, and the needle hadn't showed any decrease yet.
Maybe we ought to fix the needle.
No, really, and it wasn't that the needle was broke. Then she came back, then it began to show. But I imagine you could make about 4 round trips with that thing.
That's very good.
Very good mileage, yeah.
So now we come up to a light, you know, as it always happens, we just get comfortably riding along and bang, there's a stoplight or something. And the natural thing to do is that we take our foot off the gas.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we can coast this light and it'll automatically shift down for us, or if we have to stop a little more rapidly, we can use the brake. See, there's only one pedal here. The clutch has been removed, see, because this is automatically
Got only one
up.
pedal.
That's right. See, and if you notice there, we automatically shifted from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1.
You mean it's in gear all the time?
It's always in gear, yes.
So if you're on slippery pavement, you still got some
That's right.
gears in there.
Now, the nice thing about this is, if you happen to be on the grade, you don't have to put one foot on the clutch and another on the brake and wish you had a cane to push that accelerator pedal with. See?
Yeah, yeah.
All you do to hold that car from rolling back is to apply a little accelerator pressure, and then it holds it in check.
You don't have to touch the brake.
You don't have to touch the brake. And if you want to take off again, just tromp on it, and away you go.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I'm very much interested to see that while you're coming down, while you're decelerating, is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
That is always in gear. It automatically shifts back down, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
That's a nice chassis setup there, don't you think?
It is beautiful.
Shows the whole construction of a car, like the motor, you know. Many people really don't know what the chassis looks like.
We have the forward part rotating also, such as we had.
Oh, yes, they've broken it away there so you can watch the cylinders in the forward part of the engine. That's going to be very interesting for the folks, I think. There's your starter up there. They can see that. And everything on that engine is where you can get to it. That's what I like, Harry. If you have any trouble with your generator or carburetor or something, you don't have to break your back to get at it.
We've had very many compliments
Like we used
on
to.
the nice way our engineers have developed that engine.
Oh, that's a wonderful job. We'll put that one down and use this one for a while. Let's see what else we got. Yeah?
Well, we have there's the steel station wagon you were talking about, remember?
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty thing,
There's
too.
that sedan you mentioned a while ago.
Uh-huh.
The four
Now,
pack.
tell me this. Have you changed the 1950 engine over the 49? Is it a little different this year?
Yes, in this 8-cylinder engine we have a little more horsepower.
A little more horsepower.
It bites in a little better as you step on, a little more pleasant to drive.
Uh-huh. Now, you've got a Pontiac
The
6?
20 cubic inches, which we put in.
You've got a Pontiac 6
Pontiac 6.
and a Pontiac 8.
Pontiac 8.
That's right.
Most of our business is on the 8.
Is that so?
Yes. Very popular.
People like that 8, huh?
The funny thing, Arthur, most of our business is on the 8 and most of our business is on hydromatic. The people learn quickly.
I said, that's a wonderful thing, that hydromatic, I know.
Yes.
That's a great deal. I had to learn that business of not retarding my foot, you know, for years, having done it with the shift gear. I was always wanting to let up a little bit, but I find you don't have to at all, do you? You just go right along, huh? Well, let's get back over here so they can see this thing while we're talking, Harry. I want to ask you another question. Is this chassis, is this the standard Pontiac chassis? Any body goes on it?
Yes, sir. This is a standard one, just painted up and fixed up nicely for this show.
And the chassis fits all the cars?
Fits all the cars, all the bodies.
I see.
They're interchangeable all the way through.
I see.
6s or 8s. Hydromatics are not.
Is that right? Now, that gives you that production line business, so
That's
you
right.
can step up
and certain economies, which help us keep our price down.
That's what I meant.
That's
And then when you go to the custom-built stuff, it's in the body department where you put those things on.
Well, we
huh?
don't do too much of that, Arthur, the custom-built stuff.
No, I meant when a fellow wants this, you give it to him.
Oh, yes. Oh, sure. If he wants a radio or a heater or whatever he wants, we're glad to put it on.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But I would like to make this point. I'm sure you know it, but maybe you don't. that we try to build a car the way the customer says he wants it, not what we want to do. There's a big difference. There's a big difference.
You do a lot of research up there to find out what they want,
right.
too.
The way the customer wants it's the way we'd like to build it.
And I'd like to compliment you on your slogan, Harry. I think that's wonderful. Dollar for dollar, you can't beat a Pontiac. I like it. Who thought that up?
Modesty keeps me from admitting it.
You did it yourself, huh? Well, that's a great thing. What's that little gadget I saw the other day, you know, with the dollar on it? Let me see that.
I meant to give you one. I haven't had it with me.
You haven't got it with you? Oh, dear. He had a silver dollar on a gadget, and it said on a little paper, what do you call it? Money clip.
Money clip.
And it says on there the slogan, dollar for dollar, you can't beat a Pontiac. And I swear, I believe you.
Well,
I've been driving them now ever since the war. That's the first ones I could get. And we certainly enjoy them. They're fine automobiles. That station wagon, the things that Mary does with that, hauling the kids around it, there have been kids in there, furniture in there, feed in there, live chickens in there. You can, if you want to, put another seat back there, can't you?
3 of them. I think this one over here only has 2, but we have them with 3 seats. Two and three.
Well, I like it because it gives you that great big space back here. You almost put a piano in it.
Mm-hmm. They're very handy. People that have them just swear by them. They won't give them up. I think it's wonderful.
And what do you think, Harry, about the prospects for 1950?
I think they're pretty good, Arthur. I think they're very good. We, at the present time, we have a tremendous demand for our cars. It really surprises me. It really, you know, the average person would think that the war's been over 5, 6 years now, that the automobile business would have been caught up. But here we are, terrific demand. We can sell more cars than we're making every day, and I call that happy trouble.
That's a good one, yeah. That's happy trouble, all right, and I hope you keep on doing it. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Sure. Just like Irwin said a while ago, there's no competition for the desire of the average American to own an automobile, huh? And that's a good sign because, as C.E. pointed out not so long ago, I think we're the only country in the world, aren't we, where the percentage of our national income is very low for absolute necessities, that's used for absolute necessities, and we have a great many more dollars to spend for, well, not necessarily luxuries, but things that aren't necessities. I don't think an automobile is a luxury.
No, nowadays, can you imagine what it would be outside of New York or down where you live on the farm or where I live if we didn't have a motor car? Well, what would we do?
Oh, you just couldn't move.
What would we do? It would change our whole mode of life, wouldn't it?
Well, it sure did.
Change everything.
It got the country knowing each other. You know, everywhere you go, everybody drives all over the place. I was down in Miami last week, and the cars you see riding along Collins Avenue and the license plates on them, they come from all over the states down there. And what a wonderful thing for a guy to have a car and be able to take his family down to a place like that in the winter. How much time we got, Harry? It's getting tight here. Before we go, we're going to have to quit pretty soon. I'd like to have you invite all the folks down. I know you want them to come.
I wish they would. I think it's well worth time, the people that can come into this lovely General Motors show to see it.
How long are you going to be here?
And first, before we get off the air, I want to thank you for doing this.
Oh, it's with
great
pleasure to be with you.
I know it was some personal inconvenience to
you.
Oh,
no, Harry.
And I know how hard you're working. I know how many shows you got, and I think it was lovely for you to come down and do this for us.
Very nice of you, and I'm glad to do it.
All of our dealers are going to appreciate it a great deal.
Swell. Thank you, Harry. Now, tell me, how long have we got? I mean, how many days are you going to be here?
How long we got on this air?
No, we're going to be here.
The show opens tomorrow morning. The public's here 10 days.
10 days. We got 10 days beginning tomorrow morning, and I hope you folks will come down here to the Waldorf Astoria in the main ballroom of the 3rd floor, and come over here to the Jade Room especially, and see Harry Klingler's great display of the new 1950 Pontiacs. It's been a pleasure to be with you, Harry. Good night to you, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.